Scariest occurrences at someone else's house. According to Reddit. Number 25. A friend was doing some long-term house sitting. He invited me over to hang. We went down to his basement, since that's where the TV was. We got about halfway down the stairs, and we see this thing sitting on a shelf. It was about the size of a small dog, kind of fuzzy. It didn't look alive, but the prospect of a dead thing was even worse. We noped out and went back upstairs to watch Netflix on the laptop instead. Bing bong. About a week later, my friend texted me that the thing was a mushroom garden that they'd put down there and apparently completely forgotten about. Right. A mushroom garden. So we continue up to number 24. The daycare my little sister and I went to was down the street from our house. One day, my then 2 or 3-year-old little sister told my mom that her private area hurt. And that T, we won't use the real name, but it was the daycare lady's husband, had put something in there that hurt it really bad. Jesus Christ. My mom obviously took her straight to the doctor, where they came to the conclusion that she was definitely penetrated, and the authorities needed to get involved immediately. Well, before the ball could get rolling on that, the daycare lady had informed us that her husband had left town, and had written a note talking about how he had done horrible things that he could never take back, and how they would never see him again. Upon the police arriving, they had found child holography on the guy's private computer, involving several kids from the daycare. About a day or two after all, the local forest rangers reported finding a body in the woods by a camp area outside of town. They identified him as the husband with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. I wonder if it was self-inflicted. It gives me chills thinking about the horrible shit that was happening in that house while I was there. Gives me chills too. Number 23. Their friendly 80-pound dog that doesn't bite. He tried to tear me a new asshole. Well, all I can say is the last thing I expected as we rolled up into this list was actual scary occurrences. But we couldn't get 2 entries in without kid diddling. Let's see how long I'll stay on YouTube, eh boys? Eh boys? Here's hoping everyone's having a frightful evening. Number 22. I was a freshman in college when I spent Christmas with my high school buddy, who didn't go with his family out of town. I went to his kitchen to get a drink. When I look out his kitchen window and I see 2 figures jumping his fence. Luckily, I saw them before turning on the light, so they didn't see me. I quietly told him to get ready to call the police. When I saw them making their way to the door, without thinking, I ran to the door and opened it and yelled, "LAPD, freeze!" And luckily the 2 figures got scared and ran away. Thinking back on it, they sounded really young, and they were probably just gonna ding-dong ditch the place. You have no guarantee that that is what would have happened. But to be safe, I stayed with him until his family came home. Y'all out here ding-dong ditching houses with the lights off. Right. Oh, Lord. Number 21. I was cat-sitting for some family friends. As I approached the house one evening, I noticed a light was on that hadn't been on that morning. I walked in the front door and yelled up the stairs, but didn't hear anything. There were small things that had been moved around, a knife on the counter, some trinkets, but nothing was missing except the cat. I checked all the rooms, no sign of the kitty. I even checked the fridge, and I noticed the pepperoni had been moved from the shelf to the drawer. Oh boy.
Happy New Year, Kyle. About to head on a flight to NYC. I hope you have a great New Year. Love you, winking face.
I appreciate you, dorky son. Thank you for that tree fitty donation. Here's hoping you have a wonderful new year, and everybody in earshot has a wonderful new year, and that you stay safe, enjoy yourselves, make sure that there's a designated driver, and don't be stupid enough to get behind the wheel. And as a rule of thumb, try your best just to stay clear of all the fucking roads while you're out there, or we may end up reading about you in one of these stories. Oh, Kyle, what a great segue, faggot. Well, it turned out that the family had a maid that I didn't know about, and she had accidentally closed the cat in the closet. Closed the cat in the closet. So did anybody look in the mirror for 10 minutes? Number 20. When I was 12, a SWAT team busted through my best friend's house. That'll teach him to be a popular streamer. Oh my god, people are so cruel. Turns out her dad was wanted for smuggling people and drugs for the Mexican cartel. Fortunately, they haven't seen him in several years. He is in prison now. Oh my god. He edits his post to say, wow, people on the internet get mad. This happened 10 plus years ago. Chill. How mad are these people? What are they mad about? That they bust in with a 12-year-old on deck, or, you know, that this dude did what he did? Who knows? Oh boy. I love it. The stream's talking about McDonald's. Stripe says something about McDonald's. Mama didn't want change out of her pajamas, so we got McDonald's instead. I was playing a match of Fortnite, if y'all really want to get into some scary shit, with Stripes earlier. And she was like, I have to go. I need to get ice cream. Ridiculous. She's adorable. Number 19. Forgetting to ask for a towel prior to getting into the shower? Oh my god. Just ask, you know, for them to bring it to the door. Ask for them to bring it to the door. Ask for them to bring it to the door. Number 18. I was 18 and my friend and I were alone at her house. Her parents were going through a nasty divorce and her dad was not allowed to come near the house because the mom had a restraining order. He ended up banging on the door and trying to break in since he knew the mom was not home. We hid in my friend's room with the samurai sword while she called her mom to come home. That's pretty fucked up. Someone responds. While you were filing a restraining order, I was studying the blade. Oh my god. Damn it. As we arrive at 17, I house sat for my childhood crush when we were 12 years old, as her family went on a 6-week road trip around the US. They had a cat and a bird, and you see where this is going. The stupid little finch got out of its cage. Legit, the cage was closed when I returned the next day. And the cat killed it. I was obviously scared out of my mind of being the guy who killed my crush's bird, so I did the only logical thing and went to the pet store and bought both of the finches. They looked identical. I had about 2 weeks to figure out which was more like cat bait. And then, not knowing what to do with the other, I kept it. They never found out, or told me if they did. And that's the story of how I ended up with a pet finch. Well, damn, Christopher. I appreciate you, my man. That's a pretty hefty donation. And he didn't even leave a comment. Just know that I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, my man. You're helping me at a time when all the money is flown away. Bye, money. I remember you, money. Jonas says, I love the Fallout videos, dude. I feel like, oh, you mean the ones that were instructional. I'm glad that they could help you on your way. I hope you found what you needed. But again, Christopher, I appreciate you in a big way. And I hope that you feel that, that all of what you just contributed to is coming back to you. Because I'm back for now. And you guys are going to be getting all of that I have to distribute. Number 16. Damn, the music cut out real good right there. On the list of 25 scariest occurrences at someone else's home. So one of my friends from childhood would have really bad night terrors. She would either wake up in the middle of the night, screaming at the top of her lungs, or she would randomly jump up and start running for the front door, trying to get away from whatever she thought was chasing her. It was always pretty terrifying, waking up to her screaming or tripping over me while trying to get to the door. Well, someone replies, "Aw, geez. All right there, Morty. This is my childhood too. Only I was the one having the night terrors. I still have them from time to time, and feel bad for my husband for having to deal with the surprise night ear screams." Some guys are into that. Y'all need to find you a man who is into you screaming in his ear in the middle of the night. Sarcasm. But honestly, you're on the internet, and y'all can find all kinds of people who are into all kinds of ridiculous things. Things crazy like the next entry on this list. Number 15. I was in high school, and it was the first time I had ever drank. I was asleep on the floor, and my friend was asleep on the bed with her boyfriend. It was late at night and the lights were off, with some music playing. I'm a light sleeper, so the boyfriend's drunk dad walks in and starts peeing in the room. He didn't notice us there. As if that would have made it okay. I don't think there are a lot of things scarier than people being so shit-faced that they'll confuse just a random room for a bathroom. And there we are. Number 14. My best friend's dad was in reserves and would come home late at night a lot. One time he had come home and we didn't notice. We were heading to the kitchen to go make bread and cheese, and we froze in the hallway because we saw someone kneeling in front of the fireplace, which wasn't lit. Dean, take your brother outside as fast as you can. We proceed to freak the fuck out, which wakes up Dad, and he comes out of his room laughing his ass off. Turns out, he thought it would be funny to see his duffel bag, or to set his duffel bag up, wrap his coat around it, put a hat on top, boots in front, and it looked just like some dude chilling with his head on his knees. Oh, Clarky boy, I miss him. He was so much fun. Right. Well, I guess if you guys have dads that are assholes, they prepare you for the real horror of the real world. Unless it's like that second entry in this goddamn list. Jesus Christ. Stripes put a Twitter link, but was kind enough to say that it wasn't for me. That's the type of shit that I appreciate. Like my man Christopher. Like my man Dorky-san. Number 13. Slept on a former friend's sofa. He decided to prank me by pretending to be a burglar. Alright, wearing a ski mask. Then he pretended to try and kidnap me. Boy, y'all lucky people don't have weapons on deck. Long story short, I broke his nose. Here's hoping it taught him a lesson. And we are no longer friends with your dumb ass. Somebody said, what if he was actually trying to kidnap you, but his plans were ruined, so he fell back on plan B? Haha, I got you. It was a prank, bro. Yeah. My lord. Number 12. My cousin brings me to his friend's house. We all hang out in the basement. My cousin forgets his cigarettes and asks if I can go grab them from his car outside. I think nothing of it. I go grab the cigarettes and start making my way back to the house. I walk in the house by myself when I run into the friend's dad. This guy's father, who I've never met, just looks me up and down and goes, "Who the fuck are you? Why are you in my house?" Mind you, we're in New Jersey, and this is an Italian Guido family, so I'm basically getting yelled at by a discount Tony Soprano. Do you remember The Sopranos, ladies and gentlemen? You guys remember The Sopranos? Remember Seinfeld, guys? You know, a little bit of that, a little bit of The Sopranos. Yeah. It first aired in 1999. People really knew how to party back then. You know, that was before Y2K, motherfucker. You really want to turn this into a spooky list, don't you, Kyle? So I'm basically getting yelled at by a discount Tony Soprano, and this guy's flipping out, and I'm scared shitless. Until my cousin comes storming upstairs and clears everything up. All my cousin had to say is, "Frank, this is my cousin." And just like that, crisis averted. I love you, New Jersey. This may be the scariest thing that I've read so far on this list. Here's looking at you, New Jersey. Christopher says, anyone remember dinosaurs? Those bony bastards leaving their bones all over the place. What do they think this planet is? Some sort of graveyard? But in fact, it was a graveyard. And all we could do was think about the passage of time and how it leaves us in its dust. There are times when I would wake up unable to move, not because of some sort of paralysis, but because my thoughts enveloped me. I thought about how time itself was a construct of humanity, and how we needed something to contextually put into perspective the small amount of time that we glimmer and barely shine in and out of existence. A point we try to find, a purpose, something to keep us motivated, something to find satisfaction. But maybe we're not supposed to be thinking that hard, especially not on the list of 25 scariest occurrences at somebody else's house now. Number 11. Not technically in someone else's house, but I was babysitting a special needs 2-year-old, and the kid wanted to go play outside. Hey guys, anybody remember that story where somebody dropped a baby and the baby died? That's the craziest story I ever read. It just reminded me of it. So I'm babysitting a special needs 2-year-old, and the kid wanted to go play outside. No big deal. But since it was fall in Alaska, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too cold out. I stepped outside to check the thermometer. The door locked behind me. The door locked behind me. I had no phone, and since it was Alaska, the closest neighbor was too far for me to leave the kid alone in the house to get help. So I ended up ramming into the door in a panic until the lock broke and I could get in. The kid was okay. I got in the laundry, but otherwise had no idea anything was wrong. No, the kid got in the laundry. I thought I'd get in trouble for breaking their door, but the mother said that I could have broken a window and she wouldn't have cared. You leaving a kid alone, baby. As long as that kid is alive, babysitter, you do what you gotta do. With your clumsy ass. What the fuck you mean you got locked out the house in Alaska? Kyle, do not roast people as they, give you their corny little anecdotes about living in Alaska and being so foolish just to lock themselves outside. If you figure you're gonna be careful with anything in your motherfucking life, it would be not locking yourself out. You know what I mean? Physically, like, your body is not enough. Like, I need doors where I'm like wedging shit in between the door to keep damn sure, you know what I mean, that it's not gonna close. The mom paid me $50 for it. And that's a lot of money for a 12-year-old. Not if you're one of those like hot 12-year-olds that Twitch streams. And it's just like, she's got like paint, you know? Because that's all right on Twitch. I'm not into it. I'm not into it, guys. I'm just saying, you know. I wish I could make that kind of cash money, baby. That 12-year-old money. I mean, wow, I really took it to a scary place, huh? Real scary now. As we roll through the final 10. My friend's dad showed me porn and asked me if I knew what a hard penis felt like. I was 10. I was 10. What the fuck? Yo, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man, this list ain't fucking around. You know? I put a LOL in the goddamn title because I expected it to be corny ass bullshit, but here we are again. This is a second blatant kid diddling entry on this damn list. I don't know what to do. This is representative of the world we live, boy. Jesus. It's just despicable. It sucks. It sucks, man. People wonder why I want nothing to do with it. Just keep away. These people are among you right now. You know? They're leading the normal life. They're socially capable and, you know, they're charismatic, my dude. The serial killers that you know right now, go watch yourself a fucking documentary. They could smooth talk all of their victims into their cars, into their homes. And they killed the shit out of them, baby, over and over and over and over. Okay? Cops scratching their damn heads. You know, they putting the bodies in what should be an obvious spot. You know what I mean? What the hell is going on? I don't know where to go. Number 9. I was probably 7. My friend lived down the street. Her mom had invited some girls to come hang out from our class, and she made us sandwiches, cookies, juice, popcorn, and the normal girl day type of fun. We were in the garage playing. Her dad was either drunk or had an anger problem. He came in yelling at us, saying that we were too loud. He grabbed my friend's mom by the arm and hit her. She started crying. And then he grabbed my friend and spanked her. All right. Well, he proceeded to grab each girl and spank them hard. I ran away as fast as I could back to my house. I remember my friend consistently coming to school being really tired, sometimes falling asleep at her desk. Farah, I hope you're okay. Ugh. Boy, oh boy. This is getting pretty sad. Sorry to bum people out with this list. It's funny because the creepy that people are looking for, the scary that people are looking for, aren't typically real. It's more like, I was in the house and then the pillow moved. Who moved the pillow? Oh. Damn, Stripes!
You know what a hard penis smells like?
That's not... That is disrespectful to the plight of what these children have gone through. So that's a play on this shit that I've been saying lately. I've been saying what that shit smell like over and over, and it's not funny, but it makes me and Dia laugh. So like, yo, I mean, thank you, Stripes. I appreciate that $30 donation in a big way. I appreciate you. You're making me feel like a 12. Ooh, okay, I'll stop. You're making me feel like a Twitch 10-year-old. Damn, I can't say shit like that, you know? Okay? You know, that you guys are hitting me with the equivalent of, you know, big titties. These are virtual big titties. So I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you lightning and thunder. You know what I'm talking about? Appreciate you lightening the mood, considering this is some pretty shitty shit. So let's just try to get through it, because I mean it's gonna be pretty sad. I truly appreciate you, Stripes. Way to knock it out of the park. Number 8 on the list of 25 scariest occurrences at someone else's house reads: I stayed over one night and her father came home drunk. He didn't know I was sleeping there. I woke up to this. Yeah, this is the shit that I get demonetized for. So thanks again, because, you know, I take no pleasure in reading it either, but my God, it's the world we're living in. And the worst part about it is, like, I don't want to, like, you know, sweep it under the rug. You get what I'm saying? Because people who are made uncomfortable by topics like this are some of the people who, you know, contribute to people not getting the consequence or justice that they deserve, you know, because they don't, it's uncomfortable, so they don't want to hear about it. And that doesn't make it something that doesn't occur, you know. It still happens, whether you want to think about it or not. You know, people are still starving, people are still dying, and people are still being abused, whether it's comfortable for us to talk about it or not. So in this story, this person says they woke up to the sound of this dad raping his daughter and let out a huge scream. My friend's mom came into the room and discovered her husband naked and looking confused. She called the police and they turned up and arrested the father. It was a traumatic night for everybody, more so for my friend, who had been getting abused since she was 7 and was 12 years old at the time of the incident. So, you know, as fucked up as an experience as it is, I'm so glad that the fucking friend could be there, because if not, this likely would have continued and the guy would have found no consequence, you know. And I'll tell you what, I gave last night's list shit for not being super interesting, for not being super you know, amusing or entertaining. But one psychological study that they did explore was something that had to do with helplessness. And take a minute to listen to me, because I'm going to be concise. They basically put an animal in a cage, and they shocked a side of the cage so that the animal could move to the other side. Then they shocked the other side so that the animal could move to the other side. And over time, they started shocking every side of the cage so that the animal had nowhere to go. In time, the animal gave up, or gave in to its helplessness. And at one point, they basically made a way for the animal to escape. But the animal didn't try. And as that contrasts human nature, I think that many people can observe within people, and perhaps have been able to observe within themselves, if not now, then perhaps in the past, a feeling of helplessness so profound that even if you have the opportunity, you won't take it, because you've already convinced yourself, you already lack the confidence, or you already consider yourself useless or incapable. You know, maybe people have been telling you you're too fat, you're too stupid, you're too ugly, you're too this, you're too that, you're not enough this, you're not enough that you have genuinely just believed it to the point where you are defeated before you even try, you know? You're not even going to try. And the terrifying aspect of that is that you can't get anywhere. People can try their best to help you. But if you don't want to help yourself, you know, it's just going to go back to where it was before. this poor girl, this is abuse, you know? Can't blame her for anything. Can't blame her for sinking into just, you know, this being part of the routine. Maybe that's part of her defense mechanism. Everybody works differently, but it just sucks that it happened, and it sucks that she reached a point where she thought she couldn't scream and get anybody to help. Oh boy. But we're going to continue up the list of 25 scariest occurrences at someone else's home under the assumption that it can't get much worse than this. Prove me wrong, Reddit. Number 7. The toilet won't flush. Waka waka, guys. Comedy entry for number 7. Give it on up for Short Ink, the guy who wrote this. Yeah, proud of himself he is, in fact. I bet. Oh my god. Number 6. I slept over at my friend's house one summer night during high school. I woke up to his mom calling out to him because his stepdad was unresponsive and passed away during the night. Jesus Christ. You chose a fine night, homie. Somebody said, that's some shit timing. The cause of death? And the person says the doctors weren't sure at first, but came to the conclusion that it was a widowmaker heart attack. I don't know what that is, and we're going to Google it together, because it sounds scary. It sounds scary. Widowmaker heart attack. A widowmaker is an informal term for a heart attack that involves 100% blockage of the left anterior descending artery. As heart attacks go, a widowmaker can be particularly lethal because of the location and extent of the blockage. The LAD is very important as a blood vessel. It supplies a significant amount of blood flow to the heart. This isn't exactly the concise type of definition I was looking for. A widowmaker heart attack is a type of heart attack that's caused by 100% blockage. I mean, I get it. I imagine a normal heart attack is not 100% blockage. It's like, you know, a small amount of blockage, and I guess it can still pump blood, so it's not that bad. But widowmaker is almost like a valve being closed off, so you're not getting anything. It's kind of like, I imagine, if we're getting a small amount of oxygen, be it because of smoke or maybe our esophagus swells, we can get a small amount of oxygen in. But if we are 100% blocked, then we're immediately fucking, you know, choking. We can't get any air. And swap out air for blood, and your windpipe for some heart valves. Thank you, Dr. Kyle. As we continue to number 6, -1. I was 14 or 15, and I spent. Can you move this, please? Can you move this on? Thank you. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to do it. Trying to do a thing. I was 14 or 15, and I spent many weekends at my friend's house. One day we discovered that her mom's boyfriend has a hidden camera in her room under her desk, and I was supposed to go on vacation with them, and my mom told me that she didn't feel comfortable with him. We found that camera a week later. Damn. Damn. With only 4 remaining. 15 years old, me and 2 other friends were at a friend's house. Him and his brother were arguing when his brother beat the absolute shit out of him, and I tried to step in and he shoved me into the wall. Then their father stepped in and started going ham on the older brother. Hell yeah, smack down, baby. Somebody said there's always a bigger fish. That's so weird. Because I just saw a Reddit post that basically said the same thing. And I think it had a picture of like The Rock. And then it was like Shaq. And then it was like Yao Ming Yeah, if y'all know who Yao Ming, he's like a really tall Asian dude. So here it is. I'm gonna show you this post really quick. I know it's a creepy list, forgive me. You got a picture of Kevin Hart with The Rock. You got a picture of The Rock with fucking Shaq. Then you got a picture of Shaq with Yao Ming. And then Qui-Gon Jinn says there's always a bigger fish. Always a bigger fish. Is that spooky enough for you? Is that big titty enough for you? Number 3. When I was 8 or 9 years old, my friend's dad yelled at me angrily for pooping at their house. Don't poop at my house. I lived down the street, so he told me that I should have went home to poop. He can choke on his poop. Come on. Number 2. Sleep over at my best friend's house when I was about 12 years old. Middle of the night, after we'd fallen asleep, he wakes up and starts screaming that his head is going to explode. It's not a bad dream. He keeps going, just screaming, crying, thrashing around. His parents wake up, scoop him up, rush him to the hospital. Turned out, he'd just never had a headache before. And this first was apparently a doozy. Sounds like a pretty intense migraine. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Someone else says they woke up out of a dead sleep to their first real migraine. And they screamed. It was so disorienting and scary to wake up to this extreme pain. I'm so glad my boyfriend was there to calm me down. Number 1. Age 6 to 8-ish, I slept over at a friend's house with my little brother. Her father woke us all up in the middle of the night, had us bundle up, and loaded us into the family minivan. He drove to a gas station and talked the whole way about how a bakery exploded behind their house. He said the resulting gases and such could kill us. So we had to try and drive as far away as possible. They were also our next door neighbors, so I was worried about our parents' safety. At the gas station, our friend's mom bought us snacks while he canvassed the area. I told her I didn't hear any explosion and asked about my parents. She must have called them from a payphone during the snack run because they pulled up a few minutes later to take us home. I was of course terrified to go home. Later, our parents sat us down to explain that our friend's father was sick with something called schizophrenia, and that it made him hallucinate. Scary stuff. Eh, Nikki? Scary like B cups, but it's okay. I know all of you have C's and D's. Even the boys. Not the boys, the men, forgive me. Whoa, scary. Almost got in trouble there. That would have been real scary, you know what I'm talking about? Men D cups? What the fuck? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this list. It was a little darker in parts than I anticipated, but I guess that's part of the ride, huh? I'd like to thank all of you for being here. I appreciate you up and down, and if you're alone or you're sad or you need someone, you know where the Snapchat is. I want to thank my man Dorky-san for being amazing. I want to thank Christopher Rompotis for being amazing. Being a saint, being a knight among men. And of course I want to thank Stripes for making sure everybody's not having too hard a day. You know, when she likes to keep it soft. Soft like ice cream. Okay? I want to thank my YouTube sponsors. You guys are unbelievable. You click that button, you show everybody what time it is. Some of you aren't just like sponsors. Y'all been year-long sponsors. You know what I'm talking about? So, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Damn, Samantha in the stream chat looked like somebody I know. I doubt it, though. I want to thank all of my Twitch subscribers. What the bing bong?
Do you know what a hardcover book smells like?
Stripes, where is it coming from? Who's giving you that mana? Who's giving you that mana, Stripes? Who's giving you that mana?
Thank you, Stripes. And she's saying, do you know what a hardcover book smells like? I'm imagining that this chick is just paying me up front for the chapters that I'm going to have to read of an upcoming book club podcast that she wants us to establish. So I'm going to be reading chapters from a book as part of a book club podcast. Look out for that if you're interested. If you have book suggestions, Snapchat them to me. But right now, since Stripes is funding it all, she is going to be choosing the first one. Good Lord, Stripes, we appreciate you. You are almost single-handedly knocking out this stream goal. What a try hard. What a hardcore bing bong. I actually have a question to ask some of you very quickly before this ends. But I want to thank my YouTube sponsors. I want to thank my Twitch subs. I want to thank my patrons. You guys are next level. Man, what I wouldn't do without each and every one of you on this channel that keeps striking and demonetizing the man. It's because I'm not fake. I can't be fake. I should just put D on the cam more. See if we can get away with that. You know? Oh boy. Linda says no gameplay. Girl, I want to turn gameplay into a stream for you. You deserve it. What the hell is this? Oh no. I just had this picture from a long time ago, like queued up. I apologize for what you guys just saw. Must have been utterly confusing to some of you, and I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, some of you who've been watching from way back when I showed that know exactly what it is. I really do love you. I really do. I hope you have a wonderful, I almost said Thanksgiving. We are well past that. Not Christmas, but New Year's. I hope you guys can just strip naked and enjoy yourself in one room alone instead of getting involved with other people because other people are dangerous. And I know that sounds like, really shut in, but no, man. Okay, so the question before I go, and this is going to sound completely juvenile and immature, is I really feel like that Samantha chick looks like somebody I know. But I thought the same thing about Renata, and I don't think I know Renata. Not based on that last name. The question that I have to ask is, and I'm going to show you so that you can just come to a conclusion very quickly, is, do you think a disco ball would make more sense than my Easter egg? Gonna allow you guys a little bit of time to think. Okay? I'm loading up visual representations right now so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. But I really need you guys to help me out, to let me know. Stripes better not be making a face based on what I just said. Renata says, thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. Well, I wouldn't know, Renata. This is the first time I'm ever seeing you, so I guess I was just God damn it. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, you worm. Okay. We watched a lot of Lord of the Rings recently, so that's pretty cool. Very quickly, guys, I'm going to show you my current. This is my current, that's my current backpack, okay? It has a little bit of lights that go through an Easter egg, and that's that, okay? But very quickly, this is before I go, there is something in the store right now, and it looks like a lady, but she's got a disco ball on her back, and it spins and it lights up. Now, you may look at that and think, wow, that's pretty childish, but I want it, okay? But I want it. And I want you to tell me which is better, because I'll go based on your selection. So, of course, Samantha says the Easter egg. Shy says, can you not use an ugly photo of me in the subs list? It's whatever photo you have selected for yourself. Like I'm going through your photos looking for shit. What are you out for real? Are you guys for real? Somebody says disco ball is the way. Disco ball is cooler. Disco ball. Disco ball. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. The disco ball. The disco ball. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to change it up to the disco ball. You know? I'm gonna have to change it to the disco ball. So guys, you know, you guys will see. I love Samantha because she's like, no, egg. Egg, guys, egg. Oh man, let this be an inside joke in the future. Like when somebody's just like, you know, talking about something in the stream, and then somebody's like, no man, disco ball. They'll be like, what are you talking about? And they'll be like, disco ball. No, 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 no. Egg. Unbelievable. Seriously though, everybody, Snapchat me some creepy stories, because if I can get 10 of them together, I'll read them in a neat little off-stream list for you guys to enjoy. Because the only thing creepy I'm working on is something for Vanessa, and even that's a little bit more odd and strange than like creepy. So, you know, send me some of your favorite things that haven't been done by other people or beaten over the head as like a very popular creepypasta, and I'll definitely consider what to do. So guys, I love you to death. I apologize for not notifying everybody via the Discord, so I'll try to be a little more you know, prompt with that. But I'm back here, and if there's one thing that I want the people who are watching this after the fact to let me know, and this also goes to you guys, as a matter of fact, we can kind of take a quick vote with all of you here. Do you guys prefer this time that I started streaming at, which is around 8 o'clock, to my normal time, which is 9:30? Say 1 if you like this new time that I streamed at, and say 2 if you think I should go back to the original time that I used to stream at, because I figure that's kind of late for some people, and I want to find some middle, you know. So Renata, you know, that's a lot of people saying that this time works for them. And then Striped and Ria say 2. Joe Man says 2. Samantha says, because I'm actually awake. my man Teddy said 1 and 2. Well done. You're the first one to do that. Okay. 1 and 2. Whatever works. I like that. And Shammy just said, I have to pay respects. My God. Like I'm already dead. Okay. So look, that seems pretty interestingly split. This guy said 2 on weekdays. Okay. 3. Bruh. Okay. So, you know, what I'm gonna consider are the people who leave a comment after, if they've made it all the way to the end of the video, put through all the bullshit, guys. Please, you know, let me know if the earlier time was better for you in the comments. If the normal time was better for you, and we'll just see what kind of works out for everybody moving forward, you know. So I love you. Stripe says the wrenches are angry. Damn. Well, I guess the wrenches say 2. Well, you think the wrenches should count for 2 votes? Look. Stripes, you know what? We'll go back to the normal time. What do you want? Whatever you want. But I'll try to go out of my way to make a list in the earlier part of the day too, so that hopefully everybody wins and everybody can be part of something live. Love ya. Talk to you soon. Stay out of trouble and keep being you. I love you more than you'll ever know. Or maybe some of you will find out. Shit. Later.
Good night, everybody.
Dia's neck ends up hurting at the end of this list, because she just spends the whole list like shaking her head at everything that I say. like it's my fault. I'm just reading it. Samantha looks like somebody I know, dude. And I think her name was Samantha Robinson. Yeah. But it ain't her, man. That was a scary woman. What's with me in the history of scary women? That's a list. That's a Kyle list, bro.
A list of women
Nikki Moore says self-defense. Oh, dude, those are like the lists where it's like, oh, somebody attacked me and then I killed them. Some bullshit like that. Love ya. Stay amazing. Have a great night. Bye.